This video is going to cover the things you need to have before you can start trading live or before you start trading Forex. There are a few things you need to have, documents and other things that you need to have before you can trade live. I am going to explain in detail why you need those documents and other things that you need to have. Why is it necessary? I am going to talk about that in this video. My name is Kofi, your admin for this channel. Just as I told you that I do videos that I think will be of help because of your comments and some of your questions. I know I may not be able to cover everything just offhand. So sometimes I look at the questions you ask, the comments you leave at the comment section on this YouTube channel, and then I deduce some ideas to know what to bring next. So you can also put your comment out there. Who knows? It may help me to know what to bring next. You understand? So today's topic, like I said, is going to be on documents and things you need to have in order to start trading live. Now, before you begin your journey as a Forex trader, you would have to first of all learn. So learning simply means that practicing the profession or the skill. And we have what we call the demo account or the practice account, which you can register without anything needed. They don't need any document. They don't need anything from you. All you just have to do is just register with whichever broker you want to register with as a demo. And then you have the demo account to start trading with. Now, when you are given a demo account, some brokers will give you up to a maximum of 30 days to use that account. After 30 days, it will expire. There are some brokers who will also give you up to a maximum of 2 months or 3 months. Some will give you 6 months to use that demo account. Some will give you a year. Some will even give you indefinite or infinite or whatsoever you may say it. So once you have a demo account that maybe after a month has stopped working, you should know that maybe that broker has only permitted that demo account to be used for a month. And so what can you do? You may just have to go back and register a new one. So the fact that you have a demo account today doesn't mean that you can continue using that demo account forever. No. Every broker and their terms and conditions with regards to how long you can use a demo account. Now, that will answer the question why some demo accounts are no more responding. Because a lot of you will say, oh, I have a demo account. When I try to open it, it's not opening. The server is not responding. That should tell you that maybe that demo account is no more in use. It has expired. And for that matter, you should get a new one. Is that okay? So you can open as many as you want in terms of demo. If you want to open 1,000 demo accounts, you can open. There's no limitation, if I put it. There's no limitation as to how many demo accounts you can create. You can create with one broker as many demo accounts. You can create with other brokers as many demo accounts you want. So far as it is a practice process, you don't have any problem. So once you create a demo account, you can create another demo account and create, have multiple demo accounts. You don't have a problem with that. Is that okay? Now, once you practice and then you feel like you are not now okay, and you want to maybe try the market live, you would have to open a real live account. A real live account. Now, let me say this. Sorry. A lot of us do say that what happens on the demo account is different from what happens on the live account in terms of price movement. I want to say that it is not true. But maybe you may be saying that as a result of maybe the feed that you get. Now, don't forget that every broker is picking its feed from a liquidity provider. Okay. When we say liquidity providers, they are those who control the price of the market. So if broker A is picking its feed from liquidity provider B. And broker B is taking its liquidity from liquidity provider C. The feeds, I don't know, I'm catching some cold, please forgive me. The feeds that you may see from these brokers sometimes may have slight difference. And the fact that it has slight difference, that it doesn't mean that maybe the fees are not the same. I repeat, the fact that liquidity provider A is giving its feed to maybe me, and liquidity provider B is giving its feeds to you, and you may be seeing some slight changes in terms of movement, doesn't mean that the fees that we are getting, one is being cheated or the one is better than the other. No. It is as a result of the fees, or I just have to put it that way. It's as a result of the fees that we get. The feed may have a bit of slight difference, but once that happens, it doesn't mean that maybe the feed from demo account is different from the feed from live account. No. Often the feed's supposed to be the same. And so when you compare brokers feeds, I don't know if you have ever done that. You can choose to compare 3 brokers, their feeds, in terms of their prices, the charts. When you compare their charts and you look at the candlesticks patterns or the formation, you see that sometimes they look a bit different. There's slight difference in the candlestick formations, especially if you put it on the 4-hour. If you think I'm lying, maybe have demo accounts with about 4 or 5 different brokers, and then look at the feeds on the 4-hour candle. Check their 4-hour candles. You will see difference in the 4-hour candle formations. You see difference. But those differences are not different from the price. It's just the formation of the candle that might look different. But the price feed is still the same. The point at which the price has moved on 4-hour up and down on broker A will always be the same as how price has moved up and down on broker B. Even if it is not, as time goes on, the feed will fill back up and cover whatever feed it was lagging. These things are a bit technical, so maybe you may not understand me better. I may have to do a separate video on that in the future, but I just want you to understand that the feed that you get from the demo account is the same as the feed you will get from the live account. If there are slight differences in terms of lagging, it doesn't change the story or the narrative. It's still the same. So, like I said, I will definitely go deeper one day in that topic. But let's go back to the things you need. So, after you've had practice severally, or maybe you've even had mentorship with a mentor somewhere, and you feel like you are now okay, you are now good to go with the live trading, then you will choose a broker. So you have to use your browser to search for that broker. Then you go to the broker's platform or website. Then on the website, you can see sign up or sign in or whatsoever, create account, whatever you may see. Then you will carefully look at the packages. They have every broker and the type of accounts that they have. Every broker and the type of accounts that they have. So I know brokers that have different type of accounts, up to about 5 or 6 different type of accounts. So if you want to create an account, you would have to check what type of account you want. Okay. When it comes to standard accounts, it's different from maybe cent account or whatsoever. That's not what I'm talking about. But assuming you want to create a standard account, there are different standard accounts that you can create. And each broker and their packages in terms of the type of accounts that you can create. So if you are new and you have challenge in that, you may have to get a mentor or get someone who wants to help or someone who knows much about it to help you create a live account the proper way. Because the person will have to find out and know what you want before the person can choose those details for you to set up your account. Is that okay? Some also have just one. Standard accounts is standard. So some brokers, they don't have different type of accounts. They have just one, standard account, standard account. So once you choose standard, that is standard. The only difference may be the leverage and the things that you choose. But apart from that, it's a standard account. So when you go to the broker's website, every other information you will need to know about that broker is displayed on the website. Okay. Now, if you want to do a thorough check on the broker, you can do that. And to know much about the broker and what they stand for, their regulators, everything is on the site. Now, immediately you have it at the back of your mind that you want to create a live account. You will need these documents. It's very, very important. The very first document you need is your national ID. If you have a national ID, you will need it because the broker will demand for it. When you finish creating the account, you would have to verify that account. And before you can verify the account, it will take some documents for you to verify. So your broker will demand a national ID card from you. And if you don't have a national ID card, the broker will demand a driver's license from you. If you don't have a driver's license, the broker may demand your traveling passport. If you do not have a traveling passport, then they may demand or may request for any valid documents accepted for financial transactions in your country, especially the banks. What document will the banks often request from you when you are about to do transaction? Those are the documents the Forex brokers will also require. So you need to have a national ID, or you should have a driver's license or a traveling passport or any valid national document or ID. You will need it. They will request for it. That is number one. Number two, the broker will demand for a document that has your address, your valid address, your location, your address on it. So sometimes you will see it written that you should provide a utility bill that has your address on it. So it could be your water bill, it could be your light bill, it could be any other, it could be your telephone bill, any other document, which is a valid document that has your address on it. The broker will demand for it. Just as the banks will also demand that document if you're about to open a savings account or an investment or whatsoever with the bank. You know the banks will demand for you a document that has your address. I hope you get it. So the same thing, the brokers will also demand for that. So that should tell you that if you don't have a bank account, it means it's going to be difficult for you to even have a Forex account, because the documents that the bank will demand to give you an account, the same documents are there to be demanded by the brokers. It's almost the same. Now, if you don't have a document that has your address on it, then the broker will further ask. The broker will further ask you whether you have a bank account. And if you have a bank account, then the broker assumes or already thinks that so far as you have a bank account, then it means there was a document the bank requested from you which had your address. Because a bank will not give you an account when they don't know your address. So once you have a bank account, then the broker is confident that, yes, indeed, you submitted some documents to the bank which helped them in creating an account for you. So if that is the case, Then the broker may say that, okay, if you don't have these documents that have your address on it, then you should go to the bank and take a bank statement, because your bank statement will have your address. You get the picture? So the documents that may be accepted are in two groups. The first group is national IDs. The second group is documents that have your address. Mind you, the documents that have your address must also have your name. Not just your address, but your name. And the name on the document that has your address must be the same as your IDs. So, for instance, if my name is, assuming, I'm just giving an example. If my name is Kofi Dollar, if that becomes my official name, then on my national ID, there should be Kofi Dollar on it. And on the utility bill too, or the address document too, there should be Kofi Dollar on it with the address. So you need these two documents. So if you don't have a utility or any document that has your address on it, then they will ask you that if you have a bank account, you go pick a bank statement. Now, their interest is not on how much you have in the account. Their interest is to verify that indeed you are a real person that has an account with a bank, a financial institution. So if you have an account with a financial institution, then it means you are not anonymous. You are not a bad person, or you are not someone that cannot be easily traced or looked for. And that becomes a document valid for them to accept. So they will ask you to go get a bank statement, and then they will use that bank statement to verify you because you have your name and address on the bank statement. So these are the two groups of documents that you need. Now, when you have these two documents and you're about to create a live account, you make sure that the address on the document that has your address must be the same address you will use for creation or creating your live Forex account. Does this make sense? The address on your valid document, be it your bank statement or your utility bill, whatever address is on it, it must be that same address that you will use in creating a live account. If you put a different address in the live account creation, which is different from that of the document, they will not approve that account. They will not verify that account. They won't accept that document. So make sure that you are sure of the address on the document, and then you use that address in terms of creating the Forex Live account. Also, make sure the names on your ID and your document, which has your address, must be the same name that you will use in creating your live account. Once you have this, then you are good to go. You can be able to create your live account and also verify your live account. Now, if your live account is not verified, some brokers will allow you to deposit money and start trading whilst the account is not verified. I mean, some, not all. Some brokers may give you that kind of flexibility that, okay, you have created a live account, you haven't verified it yet, but they will accept a deposit. Sometimes they have a limit of how much you can deposit. And then you can begin to trade. They will allow you to start trading on the account, but you cannot withdraw. If you want to withdraw money from that account, you will need to verify that account before you can make withdrawal. If you don't verify your account, you cannot make withdrawal. That is brokers that may allow you to deposit despite your account not being verified. Fine. There are other brokers that will say, no, once you do not verify, you can't even deposit. And they are also there. Now, this difference is as a result of the regulators that are regulating these brokers. If regulator A says that, okay, we will give you permission to accept clients' deposits, although they haven't verified, That is the regulator's instruction. So the broker will do accordingly. If the regulators are saying no, so far as the person hasn't verified his account, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot deposit, then it means it's coming from the regulators. And for that matter, you can't do anything until you verify that account. Now, let me also say that once you have your live account verified or not even verified, that account cannot be lying down without using or without making use of it. So you can't create a live account that will just be lying there for no use. Brokers will have a period that they can keep that account for not being used. And after the time elapses, or once the time reaches, they will archive the account, or they will take off the account, make it invalid. It means that the account will go dormant. You can't use the account anymore because you created it and it's lying down, you are not using it. So that duration too will differ from broker to broker. Some brokers will send you notification or alert to tell you that, okay, you have a live account. We are giving you a period of 1 month to put some money in it and start using it to trade. If you leave the account still there like that, after that period, they will close the account or they will archive the account. Now, there's difference in closing the account and archiving the account. Let me explain. Let's assume that you created a live account and you left it there, you are not using it. Now, your broker says that after 1 month, if you don't use that account, they will close the account. It means that their account is going to be gone forever if they tell you they are going to close it. If they tell you they are going to archive it, it means that they will make it dormant. Until when you are ready to trade, then you can go back and reactivate the account before you can deposit money. So archiving the account is different from deleting the account or clearing the account. So that is the difference. There are some brokers too, they won't send you any information. They won't tell you anything after the period elapses because they believe that they have put out those instructions on their website or they have made that information available. And for that matter, you are aware of that information before even creating the live account with them. So once you violate that instruction, then they have no other reason but to close your account or archive your account. So sometimes some of you, after using your account for a while and then dumping it, after a year or two, you come back, you are looking for the account and you can't find it. You also didn't get any instruction or any warning. That is what it means. The broker believes that you already know that information before creating the account. So if they have archived it, they deserve to archive. If they have closed it, then they are right. So it will really depend on how you will be treated based on what broker you are using or what broker you have. Now, that being said, let me also say that even if you have started using the account to trade, there are people who will create the account and leave it there without even depositing money into the account. There are those who will also deposit money and start trading, but because of losses or because of not seeing the headway, they dump their account or they stop using their account because they have no funds in it. The little funds they had and they put in the account is taken off, it's gone. So they choose to go back to the drawing board to start doing some new learnings and stuff. Fine. Such an account can also go dormant or archived or be deleted. So it is not only an account that has been created fresh, that has not received a deposit, that can be archived or deleted or go dormant. Even if you have used that account before and you decided to leave it or decided not to use it again for a period of time, they can archive it or they can delete it or whatsoever. Now, all this being said, what I want to advise is that for now, if you don't have any of these documents that I have talked about, you may have to take your time and get them because Forex trading will always be with us forever and ever. Changing of money from one hand to the other will forever remain. It is not going anywhere. This business called forex trading is not going anywhere. It was there since. We have even come to know it because of internet. It has become very popular because of the internet, but it was there since. So it is not going anywhere. So taking your time to properly get these documents to prepare yourself well for the future, it's not bad at all. Maybe you started learning about trading when you were not even up to 18. And because you are not 18, maybe your country has not given you a valid national ID. That doesn't mean that you should maybe find some, I don't know how to put it, maybe go some other way that is not right to get some documents. If you do that, you are putting yourself at risk. So don't do it. Now, these brokers demand verification. Sorry, these brokers demand verifications from you because they don't want to involve themselves in money laundering. And because they don't want to be involved in money laundering with you, they want to make sure that they are dealing with the right people, or they are dealing with people that are real, that even in case someone should hold them for maybe money laundering, they can be able to prove. That is why they demand all these documents. That is why your bank is demanding those documents in order for you to create your savings account or whatsoever account, because of money laundering. So the brokers will also demand these documents from you for that purpose or for the sake of that. So the warning here is this: if your brother doesn't have these documents, don't forge your documents for your brother. If you do, tomorrow, you are not putting your brother in trouble. You are rather putting yourself in trouble. So make sure you take your time and get the right documents. And then once you have the right documents, you can be able to sail through. Now, there are some mentors who have deals or contracts with some brokers as a result of how good they are in trading and how profitable they are. They have been able to create some relationship with the broker. And because of that, the broker has given them some discount or some coupons or some flexibility that if that broker is the one referring you to them, it means that that broker knows you. Sorry, that mentor or that person knows you before giving you access to register with them or referring you to them. I don't know if you get this. Let's assume I am a mentor and I have a link with maybe broker A. And broker A has given me discount. And broker A has given me a coupon of which when I refer people, I am going to have a benefit. It is as a result of my relationship with the broker. That is what has resulted in these benefits. That means that if I should refer you to that broker, so far as it is coming from me, you may enjoy some flexibilities or some easy ways to go, or you may have some easy access. If the need be for me to stand in for you or to say something for you with the broker, they know I can easily do that. And so sometimes when you are registering through someone's broker link, someone who has a link with the broker, it becomes sometimes easier to have your way through. That is why I always advise that sometimes if someone is having that link, you try to register through the person so that it becomes easier in case of the person coming in to speak for you or coming in to say something on your behalf. It becomes easier. Now, that being said, it doesn't mean that all those who have IB accounts are those who actually have referral programs with the broker. The fact that I have a referral program with the broker doesn't mean that maybe I have a contract or a link with the broker. Some brokers, they make it general. Once you register with them, you can refer any other person. That is different from people that are specially having something to do with the brokers. These are two different things, so don't get it twisted. The fact that I have given you my referral link to register doesn't mean that maybe I have any special link with the broker. Some brokers have general referral programs. There are others that have exclusive referral programs. So take note of that also. So these are some things you need to take note of. So if you are not yet ready to go live, take your time and wait patiently till you get the right documents. And then you can then register and have a live account. Again, let me say this. Maybe this very moment you are learning, you don't have the money to go live. Don't be in haste. Don't be in a rush to start borrowing monies and blah, blah, blah to just go live. No, don't do that. The third thing you will need, I have said the two things you need. The third one you will need is some capital, some money to put in that account, to deposit in that account. So it is also the third thing you will need. Remember, I told you if you don't have money in that account and it is created and it's just lying down, they will archive it or may delete it in the near future. So you will need some funds that you will deposit into the live account. You have the documents, you have the national IDs. What of the funds? If you don't have the funds, then I would suggest that you don't create the account yet. You wait patiently until you get some monies that you can afford to lose. And I'm saying this, and I want to say that again, until you get monies that you can afford to lose, because you are now going into the Forex market. You are now about to test the waters. You are not a perfect guy out there. So it is possible you can lose that money. Even those who have tried trading for years, it is easy to lose money. They can even lose the whole money. You get it? They can even lose the whole money. Let me tell you something last week happened to me. Last week, I had some small account. That small account had about $1,000 in it. And then I saw a signal. I was so sure in that signal that I became so greedy because I was looking at something. I was thinking about something. So I went so greedy on the account by placing multiple trades. The trade started misbehaving, and then it cleared the whole $1,000. After it cleared the whole $1,000, I realized that this very, very trade that cleared the $1,000 is still very good for me. It's just that I became greedy, which has resulted in the loss of the $1,000. So quickly, I deposited another money into the account. And before the week will end, I recovered the whole $1,000 that I lost. Do you see it? Now, I made a mistake, and that mistake came with some hard feelings. But after realizing the mistake, I quickly went back and said, no, I have to get this money back. So I put in another money. And before the week will end, I got back all the money that I lost. I recovered everything. So imagine if I didn't have any other money anywhere, after losing that $1,000, that would have ended it. My account would have been left there like that because I don't have any other money. But because I had some extra money somewhere, I quickly put in money back into that account. And then I went back and got back everything that I lost. So trading the Forex market doesn't mean that you cannot lose. Sometimes you can lose based on some petty mistakes that you do, some errors that you commit can cost you. I know a friend this week, I know he's going to watch this video. I know a friend this week in my VIP group. I sent him a signal. You know, I post signals in the VIP group. Hey, if this is your first time, I have a signal group. I have two of them. I have the free group and I have the VIP group. The free group is there. The signals are posted as and when I get them. And then the VIP group too, I post signals as and when I get them. But the VIP signals, they enjoy more signals than the free group. So if you want these groups to join, for the free group, you can join by going to the description of every video that I have. Every video that I have, if you go to the description of that video, you will see the link to join my free Telegram channel for the signals. So he was in the VIP. The VIP one comes with a cost of $100. So you may have to pay $100 for 12 months, which is a year, in order to be added into that group. So he was in the VIP group, and something happened. I posted a signal in the group, and then he had two accounts. He had a demo account and then a live account. So he always takes the signals that I give him on the live account, and then he takes maybe his own setups, his own analysis that he does in the course of the day. He takes those signals on the demo account to know how his strategy is going. I don't know if you get it. So when he saw the signal in the group, he was in a hurry. He was actually on his way somewhere when he saw the signal. So he wanted to quickly put the signal on the live account. But because he was on his way going somewhere, he didn't take his time to even check whether he was logged in to the live account or the demo account. So quickly he placed the trades, and then he set up the take profit and stop loss, and then he continued his journey. So in the course of the day, I updated in the group that the signal had hit TP. So when he saw my update that I have updated that the signal has given us the take profit, he went back to check how much he has made. And he went and saw the money he made, only to realize that he took those trades on the demo account and not the live account. He got so angry with himself because this was his own mistake, not anyone's fault. He was on his way somewhere. Instead of taking that account, taking his time to check which account he was about to take the trade on, he took the trade on a demo account rather, thinking that he had taken the trade on a live account. So he got so angry with himself, and he sent me a message that, hey, bro, look at what I did. He was so angry with himself. So sometimes some petty mistakes out there can cost us. His own, it cost him, but just that he was seeing profit that he thought could be on his live account, but ended up on his demo account. So sometimes these mistakes happen, okay? Sometimes these mistakes happen. There was another friend 2 weeks ago. He wanted to take a trade with a lot size of 0.05. He wanted to take a trade with a lot size of 0.05. Mistakenly, he was going to bath. According to him, he was going to bath, and he was in a hurry, so he wanted to pick the trade before going. So when he saw the setup, instead of him going with 0.05, he ended up going with 5.0. He ended up going with 5.0 instead of 0.05. So when he came back from the bathhouse, he realized that his account was wiped off. Blown, the account is blown. And he was like, what happened? Because the trade had not gone anywhere that could blow his account. So he went back to check what happened, only to realize that instead of 0.05 lot size, he entered 5.0, which caused the account to clear. So these mistakes will sometimes happen and may cost you. If it happens that you are not fully prepared and you don't prepare yourself well, you may not be able to bounce back. There's a saying that the downfall of a man is never the end of his life. So you should be able to bounce back and even stronger after a defeat. But if you do not have the funds, you may only go in once, assuming that money was a borrowed money. Assuming the $1,000 I lost and had to recover back. Assuming it was a borrowed money and I didn't have any money anywhere again. How would I have recovered that money to even pay back the borrowed money? That would have been double debt for me. I wouldn't have made any money, and I'm also owing someone else. So make sure you get some funds that you can afford to lose. And if I say you can afford to lose, I'm sure you now understand. Don't be in haste to go borrow money because you've heard that Forex, you can make a lot of money and blah, blah, blah. So you are in haste to look for money. No. Still on the funds that you need to start trading, I want to tell you something. I have been telling you about how you can get funds. I think I did one on how you can get money from the prop firms. I have done that video. It's on this channel. Let me tell you another secret today. That will be the end of this video. There's a guy I mentored. I taught him how to trade the Forex market a year ago. Now, when I met this guy, or when this guy contacted me, by then I wasn't popular. I wasn't maybe popular like I am today. But trust me, I don't want to be so popular. I don't want to be popular. Okay, a lot of people have offered me juicy kind of contracts and other stuff that will make me popular in this Forex thing. I said, no, I'm not interested in popularity. I want to hide in my cool corner and be making the small coins and be making the small cents to take care of myself and my family. So I don't need popularity. Now, this guy contacted me that he wanted to learn the Forex market. He didn't have money. The money he had was the mentorship fee that he was ready to pay for. So when we begin, I asked some of these questions. So I asked him that, how are you looking at trading in the future? Now that you want to learn the profession, what are the laid down plans? So he told me honestly that he doesn't have the capital. The only money he has with him is the mentorship fee that he wants to pay and learn. So I asked him, how would he be able to begin after he has finished learning what he needs? Then he said he has a plan. So I was curious. I wanted to know what plan he has. So I said, okay, let's discuss it. What plan is it? Let's see whether it will help. And if it won't, I will tell you it won't help. So let me know the plan. Then he told me that, look, everyone is looking for money. Do I know that? And I said, yes, I know that. Even the richest people in the world are still looking for money. And they will continue to look for money. So everyone is looking for money. And then he also said again that, look, there are people who have the money and they want to use that money to make more money. Do I also know that? And I said, yeah. And I said, yes, it's even true that there are people who have the money and they want to see good opportunities to invest those monies in order to make more money. And that is how come some of them go to the bank to put their money there into some investment packages and other investment institutions. People go and put their monies there because they want their money to grow. Then he said, okay, his plan is that he wants to learn this profession. He's not in a haste because he knows that Forex trading will be with us here forever and our generations unborn will come and continue. So he wants to take his time to learn the profession and learn it well. Once he is perfect at it and he can boast of profit, he is able to trade for consistency for a period of maybe 1 year with constant profit, or even 6 months with constant profit on demo. What he will do is that he will begin to shop his business ideas to the people that have money and tell them what he can do if they should invest in him with their monies. And he knows that no matter what happens, he will get someone that will be ready to invest in him after seeing his achievement or after seeing what he has or what he can do to generate more money on their monies. So I clapped for him and said, yeah, you are right. This is a good idea. And trust me, you can achieve that. So let's do it. In fact, I was motivated to do it with him, to go through the mentorship with him. And then we began. I know he will be watching this video. So once he hears me saying this, he knows I'm talking about him. So we went through the whole mentorship thing. And then after 1 month of mentorship, he started taking the trades on his own practically. He will send me results, let me know. Sometimes when I see the mistakes, I go back, I say, hey, come on, let's go on Zoom. Let me show you a few things that you did wrong. Then we were correcting ourselves. in that order, making decisions here, inputs here and there. He kept on for a period of 1 year. And the results were so amazing. So he told me, you know what? I have gathered all these results. Now I'm writing a proposal. I want to talk to the big guys that I know have the money and want to invest. So he started talking to people. So he wrote a proposal, a business plan, and he shopped it to about 5 people. Out of these 5 people, 1 footballer accepted his proposal. The footballer had also heard about Forex trading. But you know, footballers do not have the time for this stuff. So when the guy shopped his idea and his results and everything to him, he said, no, I want to do business with you. I want to try you and see. So the footballer gave him $10,000 to start with, to see what will be the outcome. And then he started. In a space of 6 months, he had turned his $10,000 to $20,000. So I asked him that he should withdraw back the money, the capital that was given to him. He should withdraw it and keep it somewhere safe. And then he will now begin to trade on the profit, which is the extra $10,000. So he did. He withdrew the $10,000 and he was left with the extra $10,000. He is actually in my VIP group. He paid for VIP after I have added him to the VIP because I loved his concept. So I said, okay, although he could trade on his own, but he said, no, I want to join the VIP group because I know that you post signals there that will help me to realize what I'm doing. So I want to be part of your VIP. So he paid for the VIP. And most of the signals that he takes on that account are from the VIP group. So when I post a signal, he takes them. In 6 months, the $10,000 has given him $20,000. And then he withdrew the $10,000 that was capital from the footballer. He has withdrawn that aside. Now, the footballer had signed a contract with him to give him 50% interest per annum. And he's not holding him liable in case he loses the money. Listen carefully. He's not holding him liable. In case the money is how do I put it? Is blown or is gone, he's not holding him liable for it. But in case he's able to make profit on it, he's demanding for 50% profit on the money. So 50% profit on $10,000 will be how much? That will be $5,000. So in total, at the end of a year, the footballer is expecting $15,000. $5,000 being the profit, the capital also being 5,000. Sorry, 10,000, making 15,000. Now, he has made in 6 months. We are in July. We are in the 7th month. We are in the 7th month. Already in 6 months, he has doubled the $10,000 to $20,000. And he has withdrawn, I've made him to withdraw the $10,000 aside. Now, even if I wanted, I would have told him to withdraw the whole 15,000 because he has made 20,000 now. I could have said he should withdraw 15,000 and keep it somewhere, which happens to be the footballer's capital and his interest per annum. And then he will trade with the remaining $5,000, which happens to be his own profit for the rest of the 6 months. Now, this guy is gradually becoming a monster. And he will be strong financially very soon if things continue the way it has started. I told him at the end of this month, I want him to withdraw the profit also, the 5,000 profit also, in addition to the 10,000 he has withdrawn, making 15,000. So that at least the footballer's money and interest will be intact. Even if the year ends and he loses the current 10,000, he has kept the man's 10,000 somewhere. At the end of the year, he could take it back to him and say, hey, Charlie, we tried, but it didn't work, but this is your money back. To still keep that trust. But even the footballer said, look, it's an investment. And this is business. It's either a win or a lose. So even if I lose, there's no problem. Let's do it and see how it goes. Now, this guy is gradually getting somewhere. He has a mission, he has a vision. But look at the idea. You see, this Forex business is business. Forex thing is business. It depends on your approach and depends on my approach. We may all have different approaches. Those who are trying to do the prop firm thing, I have about 14 people who are doing the prop firm challenge now. 8 of them have passed the phase 1. And 3 of them have passed the phase 2. And they are now trading live. 3 people are now trading live. 8 have passed phase 1. 3 have passed phase 1 and 2 and now trading live. It's like with about 5 people. The remaining people who haven't passed phase 1 are also in good profits. They will soon be passing phase 1. So everyone and the way he or she will want to approach this Forex thing. Your approach will be different from my approach. So take your time and sit down and find out why. Ask yourself, why do you want to do this thing? Just as this guy sat down and said, develop a plan. Sit down and develop a plan. Ask yourself, why do you want to do this? I have one guy called Doctor. He is also, I'm sure, anytime I drop a video, he comes to watch. He also had people funding him like that. And he is now even into crypto business. He exchanges crypto. People who want to buy crypto and sell crypto to him, he accepts all those things. He's in Ghana here. He did the same thing. He said, look, if I'm able to do something right, I'll get people who invest in me. And he got people who have invested in him. I was there one day, he called me and said, Charlie, hey, do you know what? This deal is here. I want you to take this deal because I know you can do it. There is a guy who is in Spain. He wants to give you $50,000. He's in Spain. All he needs is your trade results. Because I have told him about you. I told him it is, if he himself is able to do it, I can do it. And the guy is like, he wants to give me $50,000. So he just wants the trade results. So I should just give him a screenshot. I should just give him a screenshot of my account so that he'll give it to the guy. He wants me to explode. I said, no, I'm not interested. I don't want to be popular. That is not my strategy. My strategy is I want to do it on my own. You understand? My strategy is I want to do it on my own with the little capital I have because I don't want to be exposed out there. If the time comes for me to be exposed, I'll think about it. But for now, I don't want to expose myself or I don't want to be exposed. So every day he is just worrying me. Now, they have given him an apartment. They've rented an office for him. He does everything. And it's so nice. If he's sitting in his office there taking videos of trades that he's taking and blah, 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 it's so nice. And a lot of people will see such a guy. Immediately you see his environment. No one will tell you that this guy, I should contact him for mentorship. But look at me. Look at my background. I'm sitting in my room doing this with you. It's my wardrobe. My background is the wardrobe. So I want to remain low. I want to, we all have our reasons. We all have our plans. We all have, so you need to have a plan. You need to have a reason why you want to do Forex trading. Don't be in haste or come without a plan. You should have a reason. You should know where you are going. You don't just jump that I want to make money because I've heard Forex trading is money. So I want to make money. So I'm going into Forex. I want to learn. I'm looking for a mentor. Boss, I want you to teach me. I want you to teach me. That is not it. You should have a plan. It's business. What is the future of what you want to do like? What are you looking forward to? You don't just jump in. A word to the wise is enough. I'll see you again in another video. So these are some of the things you need. You should have a plan. That is the last one. Maybe if I didn't mention it, you should have a plan. Why you want to start trading live? You need that plan. It's about to rain, okay? I'm almost ending. That's the last thing. So the documents are there, the national ID and the utility or document having your address. 2, you need to have a funds capital. 3, and then you need to have a plan. Number 4. So these are the 4 things you need. My brother, my sister watching me, you need to have a plan. It is the last one. You need to have a dream. You need to set goals. Why you want to go into Forex. You need it. I'll see you again another time.